Everyone, welcome to Game Talk. It has been a bit. My name is Brandon, and this is my host Ryan. This is going to be a
Hey,
news-heavy show because we are coming up on new consoles this week, which we're very excited about.
yes.
Yeah, so how are you doing, Ryan?
I'm good. I'm good. Like I said a little bit ago, I'm a little tired, but 6 days in a row at work will do that to you.
Yeah, our new
And
schedules are the biggest reason we haven't been on in a while.
yeah, yeah, like horrifyingly bad. But
Yeah,
it is what it is. I'm here. I'm ready. It's Sunday. I don't have to do anything. So,
you don't have any chores lined up.
ugh, I did it yesterday. I had to rake, and I was like, I'll do it tomorrow. And then we were like, no, let's just get it done with, so we don't have to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, so you can just chill.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we're gonna hop into some big stuff. I just pulled some console reviews because the embargoes for the consoles are up now. There are still certain game embargoes for like PlayStation stuff. Like we haven't seen a Demon Souls review or and third-party games like there haven't been Assassin's Creed reviews yet, which I want to see.
Hmm.
Do you want the snippet from the Xbox review or the PlayStation review first?
Let's start with Xbox.
Okay. This is from Ryan McCaffrey at IGN. He's like their super Xbox guy. He's really cool. He runs the Xbox podcast and stuff over there. I've seen him on other content too. He's a very, like most game journalists that I follow, are actually like realistic about the situations. So they're not just, you know, in love. Like they love the brand, but they're critical about it, which is what I appreciate. So I'm just going to read the end of it because I don't want to go through the whole review. But if you want more in depth, he gets really in the weeds about a lot of it, which I really like, and how certain games perform and stuff. But it's basically that. So this is a direct quote from the bottom of the review. We can only assume that the Xbox Series X will wow us with new and spectacular next-gen games eventually, because there isn't much to judge it on right now. But in the meantime, no matter what current games you throw at it, your loading times will be drastically cut, your frame rates will be smoother, and your resolutions will be higher. This bold and minimalistically designed box is quiet, compact for both the power packs and especially how it compares to the PS5. Capable and loaded with convenient features like instantly resuming and cycling between any recently played games, compared directly to the PS5 specs, it flat out gives you more power for the same price. It's going to be a joy to see what developers actually do with it in the coming years. So it's like a beefy, fast machine, and then this other snippet, it's a quiet, compact, laser-targeted games machine that should make 4K 60 frames per second the new norm, but it currently lacks must-play games, which is the biggest gripe in the review,
Yeah.
is that there's just not anything specifically designed to use all the hardware that's there. Like it was supposed to be Halo, clearly, and that got delayed,
Yeah.
and that's going through some woes, some pretty rough woes. What's up, Tipro?
Great.
Yeah, so like the Xbox sounds dope. It's not until the games get there that I would ever want to get it. And the games that I want, I don't even know what they're gonna be yet.
Yeah. I mean, it almost
Like
could be
Fable
a
for
good thing.
sure, but that's years out.
Oh,
And
I can't wait for that.
like I love
But
Fable.
like, it's kind of like a test period,
Hmm.
like this one without any games where they can figure out what's going on, tweak it, get all the reviews from, not pushing all these games and pissing away money on
Yeah,
people not, being able to play them or play them right the
and
way they're meant
Microsoft's
to
game
be.
is different than the traditional game system launch and process, which is what Sony still is, which we'll talk about. But Xbox is just pushing Game Pass. This is just a machine that's more convenient and better to run all the games that you would subscribe and get from
Hmm.
Game Pass, which is what they want. They don't care where you're playing it, they just want you to be paying for Game Pass. Obviously, they want it more if you buy their console, but if you're playing on an old Xbox and still giving them $10 a month or 15 for Game Pass Ultimate or on PC, that's what they really want. Right? Hello?
Me? I'm
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by an article, so
Oh, okay.
sorry.
So yeah, like straight from a raw spec perspective, the Series X has like higher graphics, and the SSD I think is similar speeds, and then it's a little bigger on the Series X than the PS5. The audio I think is better on the PS5, but it all depends on how the developers are using it, which right now there aren't straight games built directly for like the Series X, which is the hard part I think.
Yeah, it really sucks. Like I know we've said it a long time ago in the shows and stuff.
Hmm.
Like all the game delays really fucking sucks. And I know Microsoft's gonna
Yeah.
take a hit from this, but
Right.
it is kind of a shame that the console's about to come out And like we talked about, like I'm not getting it because there really is no point.
Right, like unless you want that convenience of the faster
Yeah.
load times, but you're getting a PlayStation 5. So
Yeah.
it doesn't pay for you. There's no reason to get both right now, I guess.
Yeah. I'd wait until what, like Fable, Elder Scrolls. Like I don't. That's when that comes
Yeah.
out. We're going to play it, especially if they're not going to release
Especially if it's
Elder Scrolls
exclusive.
on other
Yeah.
consoles.
Yeah. And then
Oof.
Avowed looks cool. That's Obsidian's one that looks like an Elder Scrolls game that they
Mm.
teased this last summer, I think. I don't know. Time is all over the place, so I don't know. They teased it this year, and Obsidian makes
Sweet.
cool shit. But it looked like an Elder Scrolls style game set in their fantasy universe of games, which I can't remember what they're called. But there's
I
cool
don't
games
either.
coming, but that's what it's been like for Microsoft for a couple of years now. They're purchasing all these studios, starting these new studios, and it's like, yeah, the games are coming, but they're still just not here, which sucks. Because I want to see more cool first-party games from Xbox. So, all right. Any more comments on Xbox? So we jump into the PlayStation heavy side of things today.
No. Xbox. Shoot.
They'll be fine, obviously. So this is the IGN's review of PlayStation 5. This is by Luke Riley. I'm going to do the same thing, just pull a quote from the bottom that I liked, and then we'll talk about it from there. So, with a launch lineup dominated by games that are also available on PS4, and on the back of a generation already punctuated with incrementally more powerful hardware versions like the PS4 Pro, the PS5 doesn't quite land as a knockout punch yet, but it's definitely got the power and speed to be a real contender, although the jury's out on the stamina of that tiny 667 gigabyte SSD. That's rough. However, while the PS5's well-considered UI and blisteringly quick load times for PS5 games make it a pleasure to use, it's the DualSense controller that's proven to be the surprising haymaker I never saw coming. It truly leaves other controllers feeling primitive in comparison. So what the PS5 lacks in subtlety, it makes up for in potential thanks to its rapid SSD and remarkable DualSense controller. I was surprised by that because I've seen and read some other PS5 reviews too on like YouTube and different gaming sites, and the controller seems to have surprised people by how much of a step up it actually is and how it makes the games feel, which still surprises me. Like, it's not going to be until we pop in and play like Miles Morales or something that I'm actually into it. Also, we have good controllers.
Yeah, Brandon and I got our new PS5 controllers a week early.
Yeah.
Which surprised me because like I feel like we would have heard about other people
Yeah, I only
getting them.
saw
Like
it from
besides
influencers. I didn't see
yeah,
anybody.
yeah. So
Which
I
they're
was
obviously going to
stoked.
get it early.
It feels really good and
Yeah,
looks
and
really good.
it looks good. It feels good. It's a little heavier, but it's not like too
Yeah.
heavy. It's like a good weight, and also I'm excited to play it because they talk about the haptic feedback and everything and the triggers. And one of the reviews mentioned how they didn't think the triggers were going to be as big of a deal until they were playing something like Spider-Man and like
Yeah.
Astro's Playroom, because the Xbox has had, haptic triggers for a while, but I think they just haven't used them quite in depthly as this does, or maybe they're not designed the same way. I don't know. Y'all do have a show, technically, influencer. Yeah, but we're not really influencing a lot of people. We're kind of the echo chamber of game news shows.
True. It's true.
But the controller is very nice.
Yeah.
I was stoked. Everyone was stoked. Everyone was asking me if I had a PS5 because I posted the picture on Instagram and like Snapchat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, not yet. It was funny when we were walking out, and I was like, you got to show Jesse, the guy that we work with. And he was like, what? So that was cool.
That was kind of super exciting. I'm hoping we get our consoles on time. Not to branch off too much, but like the delivery date says the 13th to the 18th. Chris's game, Spider-Man, I think, that he pre-ordered from Target says delivery on the 18th.
Oh, what game
Which
did you
fucking
order from
sucks.
Target?
I'm pretty sure it's Miles Morales.
Oh, yeah. See, I bought Miles Morales and Demon's Souls digitally with
Yes.
PlayStation credit that I had from my PlayStation credit card.
I
So-
might just tell him to cancel it and do it that way.
I mean, it's going to be
Just-
cheaper at Walmart if we get those copies in too.
Yeah. Then it's like, are the PS5's going to be delayed?
I'm trying to check mine right now. Last time I checked it, it still said it would be available for pickup that day.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll be ready Thursday, November 12th after 6 p.m. So we're still looking good for my console. I'm not gonna be surprised and shitty if it's delayed, because obviously the pandemic's a thing.
It is what it is.
Yeah. But I want
Do we know anything else about pre-orders? Like, are they doing it again?
They're not doing pre-orders again. They're gonna have systems available. Well, let's just hop right into this question. Yeah, I don't think Sony's ever gonna go to E3 again. We could get a press badge though. That's pretty easy to do, actually. Where is it? Yeah, so this is from Adam Bankers at IGN. PS5 won't be sold in physical stores on launch day. So they're going to have units available on launch day, but on websites only. You can buy and do like curbside pickup and shit. Like,
yeah, I know Target's doing that.
our other friend Ryan was talking about Best Buy is doing that. Like, they're going to have them in the store. Whereas it sounds like at least our store doesn't have any units in, and we're not getting any in day one. So you're going to have to go to Walmart.com on launch day and just have it shipped to your house or the store. But the biggest reason was the pandemic for this, right? This is a direct quote from PlayStation. In the interest of keeping our gamers, retailers, and staff safe amidst COVID-19, and confirmed that all day of launch sales will be conducted through the online stores of our retail partners. So you can't go into a store and buy one day one. I don't know. I haven't seen any details about how long this is going to be, though. Like, if they have units, can they just sell them in store the next day? Or is it going to be like a week-long thing? Are stores even going to get enough to have them on the shelf the next day? That also, I honestly think they're going to be sold out for a while.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to keep hoping that we get ours on time.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
I did not take time off work for no reason.
Yeah. Usually, we get, at least through Walmart, I would get a shipping notification on Tuesday. So that's what I'm waiting for. Tuesday or Wednesday. Sometimes it's Wednesday if it's shipped to store, depending on how it's coming.
Sweet.
So that's just what I'm waiting for. Waiting for that charge to go through on my credit card. Which means it's shipping. Waiting for that big, expensive alert.
Oof. Yeah.
Okay, so this was a delay, but I'm okay with it. So this is straight from the PlayStation blog who wrote this, Pete Smith. Destruction All-Stars coming to PlayStation Plus in February. So if you remember, Destruction All-Stars was that car combat game where you can get launched out of your car. It looked ridiculous and fun, but it wasn't something that I was going to spend $70 on right away. Because I was like, I don't know. Maybe if we all decide to get it, then I would get it. If it's like, because I wouldn't want to. Multiplayer games are hard for me to play by myself on a consistent basis, usually. So this was supposed to be a launch title. They decided to move the game's release date from November to February, where it will be included for 2 months in PlayStation Plus at no additional cost. Now, I don't know if that means you only get it for 2 months and then you would have to buy it. Either way, that's a long enough time for a multiplayer game to see if it's worth it. And if me and you have it, me, you, and Chris, and if hopefully Ryan gets a PS5 by then, because I know he wants one right away, so he's hoping he can get one this week. But that would be 4 of us, and we'd be able to try this game out, because it looks fun, and it looks ridiculous, and I'm all about that.
I know Chris just mentioned it the other day. He talked about it, and I was like, I actually don't know what's going on with that. I thought I had heard something, but...
Yeah, and there's a lot of games coming out this fall, so honestly, I think it's good. And then everyone's going to get to try it.
Yeah, it's not like we're going to play a game for a week and be done. Like, Assassin's Creed is, well, I mean, it could take me a week, depending upon how much time. I mean,
if anyone's beating it in a week, it's you.
Typically. You need a little more time, but...
Yeah, so I think this is good overall for the game. Like, everything's been getting delayed, but, like, I think this game was going to get lost, so I think this will help it not get lost. And people
dropping it for people to be able to jump in, play it, try it out.
Yeah, and more people will have PS5s by then as well.
Yeah,
because they'll have been able to make more.
Yeah.
So I don't know I don't know whose list this was on the top of for this fall. So I think moving it's going to be better for the game, obviously, because they can fix shit, and then more people can try it, and then more people will hopefully buy it.
I mean, realistically, all the top contenders for new games this fall have just dropped off like lemmings off a cliff. Like
True. The only ones that haven't have been
Feels
Spider-Man.
rough.
Spider-Man was the big one that I was like, I can't
Yeah.
believe this is coming out already.
Spider-Man and Assassin's Creed, I feel like is all that we really
Yeah.
have left
Yeah.
that didn't get pushed in some form.
Because
Although,
Demon Souls was a surprise because we didn't know that was a launch title until
yeah,
September.
what's December 3rd or whatever? It's coming up
Immortals,
fast.
right?
Yeah.
Which I still
So-
don't know why you're not getting that for PS5, but okay. Just throwing that out there. It's gonna run way better.
I'll consider the option.
How often do you play your Switch undocked? Just asking.
I don't play it very
So
often.
play
in
it on
fact,
that
but
hot
I also
new
don't play it very
hardware.
often at all.
It's because it's not. Like, I'm just saying this. You should get on PS5, but you do you.
Man.
All
We'll
right.
see.
They updated the PS Plus collection. This is from a while ago. Well, not that long ago, I guess. October 28th. Robert Ramsey from Push Square. So they added a couple games to the PS Plus collection. If you don't know, the PS Plus collection is a collection of games that PlayStation Plus users get included with their PS5. So it's basically, I think it's a way to kind of counter not having a disc drive for big games like, because God of War's in here, Infamous Second Son, Persona 5, Ratchet and Clank. They added the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which is sweet because I want to try that. It was a game I would never buy because Crash has always been up and down with me. And this one's also really cool. I do have this, but it's still nice that it's in there. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombie Chronicles Edition is included. So literally,
Nice.
us and all of our friends will have Black Ops 3 with all, like, this like 12 zombie maps, I think, from a lot of the old Treyarch zombies games. Like from Black Ops 1 and 2 and World at War, they brought a bunch of zombie maps back as a DLC for Black Ops 3. So I think that's cool.
That's cool.
That's always
I
something
like
to
that.
fall back to when we don't know what to play. It's like, yeah, let's just play zombies. And then everyone will have 10 plus zombies maps to play with each other, which is sweet. And oh no, where did it go? Oh shit, I lost it. Hold on. Fill time, Ryan.
Okay. What should I talk about? Should I talk about the new Apex season? Because I'm all about that
No, don't talk
Pass.
about that yet.
forever.
I got the news. So this got announced yesterday.
Cliffhanger.
There'll be time for Apex, yes. So it was N7 day yesterday, November 7th. BioWare and Mass Effect like to talk about shit on that day. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition got announced. So it's tough keeping a big secret. This has been rumored forever. I think it was going to get announced earlier, but internally it sounded like it got delayed. So it didn't get announced. None of that's confirmed, but that's just everything that I heard. So today they're announcing the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. This is from the EA Mass Effect newsletter. I don't know. We've heard for years your request for a Mass Effect remaster, so we're super happy to finally reveal that we've been working on a remastered edition of the trilogy. So, yeah, what is it? Hard at work updating textures, shaders, models, effects, and technical features of 3 enormous games. It'll include single-player base content and DLC from Mass Effect, Mass Effect 2, and Mass Effect 3, plus promo weapons, armors, and packs, all remastered and optimized for 4K Ultra HD. It's going to be available in the spring for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, with forward compatibility and targeted enhancements on Series X and PlayStation 5. So I'm into that. They also said that they're hard at work envisioning the next chapter of the Mass Effect universe. So they're in early stages on the project and can't say anymore. They confirmed they're working on something new in the universe. But I'm excited for this. I'm excited to play this on next gen. Hopefully the loading in some of them is pretty rough, but that makes sense for how big the games are. But I'm excited to play through them and do different choices and stuff, because I still have only played through the trilogy once, and it's a game where your choices make huge differences in the games. Playing it on new hardware with like up-res shit, I'm all about that. And you've never played Mass Effect, right? As far as I know, you should definitely play this. Also, the DLC. Our friend Dylan talks about how the DLC for Mass Effect 2 specifically is awesome, and the stuff for 3 is good too. But I've never touched the DLC for any of the games.
Yeah, maybe I'll finally dabble with
It would be up your alley.
your
Like,
motivation. Yeah.
you like those choice-based games, and like the sci-fi stories are really cool, and they're really fun. 2 and 3 are more third-person cover shooters, whereas the first one is a little more RPG-esque, where you have to pop these skills to be more accurate and that kind of a thing. They're both good playstyles. But I heard that was one of the reasons the trilogy got delayed, was they were having trouble making the first one still more accessible to people, because it is a little more RPG focused with your skills. I don't know if there's merit to that, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was. But that's exciting. And hopefully the next gen improvements are cool too.
I'm sure they will be. I have no doubt.
Right. Yeah, so that's cool. People have been asking for those since the PS4 launched. Alright. This is an older article as well. Borderlands 3 is getting another season pass. This is from PC Gamer. More skill trees, a new mode, and more. So this is also... So the last story-driven DLC, Psycho Krieg? How do you say his name? Krieg? And the fantastic Fustercluck was the last
Wasn't
story.
that part of our season pass?
Yeah, that was part of ours. So that was the last story-driven one.
Oh, because I jumped in, I didn't have anything to do.
You probably have to go download it. You usually have to go to the store
I tried
and
that.
download it.
It said I didn't. I said I had to buy it.
You might have to go in the game menus then, and then have it take you to the store that way. There have been issues with other Borderlands games like that. I haven't been looking at it. I'm just waiting to now play the DLC till next gen, because they are getting PS5 and Xbox Series X upgrades for free right away, like on launch day of the new consoles. So I'm just waiting, because I've only finished the first DLC pack, and I own them all. So the DLC packs for this, the Designer's Cut gives each character an extra skill tree and introduces a new game mode, Arms Race, which sounds, it's kind of Battle Royale-y. You're not fighting other players, but you're dropped in with no guns and shit. And I don't know if you have skills. I don't remember. They've detailed it a little bit since this article that I pulled. But it sounds cool. I don't know what the director's cut is yet. I don't think they've said. That's what's going to arrive next spring.
That's cool,
I'm not sure. But I'm into it. More Borderlands is always great. Yeah. I want more story stuff, but clearly I'm not the super target audience, because I haven't even finished the other ones. So, yeah. All right.
I don't know. Anything they do is good. Like, I'm super stoked for... when I realized I couldn't figure out, apparently, how to get the latest part, the Krieg one.
Yeah.
But I was like, I would buy it anyways. I'm going to end up buying it and finishing everything off anyways, because it's just that good, which I got Chris. I think he started playing Borderlands 2.
Okay.
Because he had never really played.
Borderlands 2 so good.
He jumped into that. He seems to like it, so.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's good, because I think there's more raidy style stuff. Like, I think we can do more harder group shit. I still need to finish the challenges in the base Borderlands 3 to get the platinum, because that's all I have left of the Circles of Slaughter and the challenges. But I didn't want to do them by myself. It would just be easier and more fun with more people.
Yeah. I mean, I did it by myself. You know.
Didn't you do some with Max?
To help him.
Oh,
because he was behind on the times. Yeah, nice try though. Nice try though.
Yeah, I heard you. I remember you talking about it.
Yeah, no, we used to play and do them together because he needed help and he would get all.
I do get a
real
little
quickly.
I do get a little bored in the Circles of Slaughter by myself as well.
Yeah, like so bored and frustrated.
That's why I just
that one time
with someone else.
Yeah, that one guy thing that was just fucking wrecking me constantly, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I went and did all of them except that one, and they were all super fucking easy, essentially. And then I'm like, "Why this one? Just one." But
that's the end game one. That's why.
Are you happy now, Brandon? I just pre-ordered the gold edition of Phoenix Rising for PlayStation.
For PS5?
Well, PS4. There's no PS5 versions. You have to.
There's not. It's free upgrade digital, or whatever, right?
Yeah, you have to like put the disc in, and then you can play the PlayStation 5.
I didn't know there was only the physical. That's weird because I found PS5 version of Assassin's Creed. Not the gold edition though. They didn't seem to have the gold edition for PS5.
Yeah, so it was. Yeah, so I get the. Well, if you pre-order, you get. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on what am I saying?
The free
like
missions?
bonus perks and stuff. If you pre-order the vanilla copy, you get the mission, the extra quest. But the gold
Yeah,
edition has a bunch of extra perks and
and all the
wings and
DLC that's gonna
sets.
come out, right? I
Yeah, so
assume.
I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll do that.
Yeah,
So I just yeeted that out there.
yeah. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, I know that mission's included in the retail versions that at least we got right away because they came in at work the other day.
Yeah,
So as long as I get that.
but you're right. So that'll come in hopefully right on time also. But
Oh, Flancrest has a question for you in the chat, Ryan. I want to hear your answer.
well, Flancrest, you see, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bored with it. It was super repetitive, and also Apex has been calling my name. Like I'm not gonna lie about that. No, like Chris opened up Marvel Avengers the other day, last night actually, I think,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I'm just there's something missing from
There's
it.
endgame shit that I want to play, Ryan, in Avengers.
Okay, well, I keep asking to play Apex with my friends, and they literally never play with me. So let me ask the group that.
We were committed to Avengers first, okay?
I mean, the Avengers, but then everybody else is playing other games, and it's just. I mean, I understand.
I'll hop on Apex at some point today, though.
I do. I did get a little just salty with it. It just did seem really repetitive, and I'm
Which
not.
I get, because, the mission structure is.
Yeah, which is cool. Like, man, it's so cool, and I know that. Like I said,
Yeah.
like Chris playing, I was like, yeah, this is badass. But even, I just feel like there was nothing climactic about any of it anymore.
Yeah, once you got through the campaign, the story missions are just kind of go fuck up aim facilities.
Yeah.
But I have fun doing that with Thor specifically. I was playing because I logged in to get the free currency because they gave away like $15 worth of in-game currency if you played for like a couple weeks. And so I went and did that, but then I was doing the larger Hive missions, which is a mission chain that you can do after you finish the game. And our friend Tony just hopped in with me. We didn't even use mics or anything. And we just crushed a bunch of hives. It was super fun. He was Captain America. I was Thor. It was great. And I unlocked the super hive, which I think is like an 8-level hive, which I haven't done yet because it was later and like I was doing laundry or something. And he was also done. But I haven't played that. I was hoping to hop back in once the next gen version once the next gen versions came out, which now isn't happening until next year, which is also kind of fine because we have shit. So
yeah,
until I can get more people, until I can get you guys to start playing it again, I probably won't play it a ton until the next gen versions come out, which is going to be early next year.
I'm sure I'll jump in and dabble a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot coming out within the next 2 weeks, so I think we're all going to be busy with new shit. But we do need to get back to it. Like once they add Hawkeye, it's one of those things where I was trying to play as different heroes, and I'm like, I just want to play as Thor. I just want to keep getting shit for Thor. Well, so even when they add new heroes, am I gonna play as them, or am I gonna hope other people play as them, and I'll just come in with Thor again?
Just so you can watch. Be like, oh yeah, you guys are doing good.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah, Hawkeye looks cool. I'm just gonna still plug shit up with Lightning and Mjolnir.
Me and Black Widow.
Yeah,
we're tight.
Yeah, I can fly over here.
I don't know. Yeah, it is though. It's so like Destiny had. I feel like consistent and a lot. Not that I'm really comparing them, but
Destiny took a while too, though. So this does feel a lot like Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 with the content at the beginning.
But like, I don't know. Their stuff was bulkier, I think, and maybe it's because like the world and the missions in Avengers is like dark and boring, and there's no color and excitement, and it just feels very drab and weird.
The multiplayer aspect after the campaign feels more basic. Like the campaign is great, the missions are great, and like I love the cinematic. Like the campaign is worth it for the game, I think, in general.
Yeah.
But then the grindy portions I still like, but I definitely get all the gripes with it, that it's pretty basic. And it does feel very Destiny 1. When Destiny 1 first came out, it was really fun to play, and the campaign was not that great, but it was still fun. But you ran out of stuff to do. It was just repetitive then afterwards, which I knew going into this would be like that. But I don't know how they're going to balance it if they're going to add more cinematic aspects to the grind. I don't know if they can with the way it's designed. I'm not sure. So we'll see what this game looks like in 6 months to a year. Because it's fun to play. They just need.
No doubt.
I know they're working on the matchmaking because the matchmaking has been rough. Where it's like, hey, I'm Thor. I just want to play a mission. And in the higher level stuff, it's harder if you're like waiting forever because it's so specific. Because usually it's like, I want to play this mission and then try and find people. But there's like 25 plus different missions that could be going on right now. And then to find a group of 3 other people to do all that, you're going to be waiting forever. So it's easier to just play with bots. But then bots are stupid on higher difficulties.
Yeah. Yeah, and wasn't there an issue? I feel like I had an issue where they weren't attacking the enemies weren't attacking the bots.
Mm-hmm.
If you played with bots, and it was almost exclusively they
get
were targeting you, so
really
you're
hard.
fucked.
Yeah, it sucks because you'll just get targeted by every turret. So as Thor, I'm getting knocked out of the sky and I can't do anything, and I can only dodge so many attacks, and then I can't attack because I'm getting stunned, and that's really frustrating. But yeah, Avengers is fun. I hope they make a better loop out of it to get more people back into it.
And I'll make an effort to get back into it.
Right now it's not. Right now it's not a priority. We have new shit to play very soon. Speaking of new shit to play, Assassin's Creed Valhalla gets 2 massive expansions post-launch, as well as free content updates through 2021, which is on par with the last 2 Assassin's Creed re-releases. As opposed to doing annual releases like they used to, now they're doing big DLC plans the year following the release.
Man, the Odyssey DLC was so good. All of it was
and I heard Origins was pretty good too. I haven't finished an Assassin's Creed game in a while. I'm hoping Valhalla is one that I stick with. I loved Origins and Odyssey even more, but I never finished them. So this is from Robert Ramsey at Push Square. Ubisoft has detailed rather daunting plans for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The open-world adventure will receive not 1 but 2 massive expansions in 2021 as part of the game's season pass. The first is titled Wrath of the Druids, and it's aiming for spring. It'll take place in Ireland, where Eivor will be tasked with hunting down a particularly deadly group of cultists. What's the other one? The Siege of Paris in summer. It'll be Valhalla's take on the infamous Viking siege of the French capital, which is pretty dope.
That's cool.
So it sounds cool. This is included in the season pass. And then what else we got? I wouldn't be surprised if they add more expansions than this, because they did with Odyssey, right?
Yeah, there was quite a bit that they globbed onto it.
Yeah. And if I get hooked, I'll end up buying it. I'm just buying the base game right now.
No, not me.
So I have a couple more Ubisoft articles. Ubisoft games are getting crossplay and cross-progression via a new Ubisoft Connect service. This is from Matt Wales at Eurogamer. They're combining its long-running Uplay and Ubisoft Club services into one free Uber service called Ubisoft Connect. It'll support crossplay and cross-progression for a lot of their upcoming games. So this is nice. So basically, all your Ubisoft games will have cross-saves and stuff across generations and everything. And then now we're getting into... Oh yeah, I forgot I pulled all this stuff. Shit, I lost. There we go. It's like I lost your face. Assassin's Creed to become live-action Netflix show. Multiple projects being planned. Did you hear about this?
No, I did not.
This is from... It was announced on Twitter, but this article is from Joe Screbbles at IGN. Updated on October 27th, my birthday. They announced it will produce a live-action Assassin's Creed series, executive produced by Ubisoft's Jason Altman and Daniel Krinick. It'll be the first of multiple new projects. So it was just announced with a teaser logo from Netflix's Twitter. It's apparently just the first project from Ubisoft and Netflix. They will tap into iconic video game trove of dynamic stories to create live-action animation and anime series. So we'll be getting different Ubisoft projects on Netflix.
That's cool.
Live-action Assassin's Creed sounds cool.
As long as they do it right.
Who knows when the fuck this is happening, but it's happening.
That's all that matters.
Right. Sticking with video game content, not in video games, the Resident Evil Origin Story reboot casts Jill Valentine, Leon Kennedy, Claire Redfield, and more. This is from Matt Kim at IGN. The Resident Evil Origin Story movie has cast nearly all its major leads, including actors for Jill Valentine, all the people we just said. It's yet another adaptation of Capcom's survival horror series, separate from the planned live-action Netflix show, which is also happening soon, I believe. So what is this? It's set in 1998 on the fateful night of Raccoon City, you know, when the outbreak starts. I didn't really know the people who got cast at all. They all kind of look familiar, but there weren't any big names that I recognized. Don't know when this movie's coming. It's set to premiere in 2021, it says. Okay. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm stoked for anything Resident
Can show
Evil.
you people.
So
Yeah, so I was like, this is who... Kaya Scudelario will play Claire. She looks like Claire. Hannah John Kemen. She looks familiar. I don't know what she's from. She's playing Jill. This dude is playing Chris. Robbie Amell. His name's familiar. Oh, yeah, this guy from Umbrella Academy. He's playing Wesker. He looks like Wesker.
nice.
I don't know this guy. He's playing Leon S. Kennedy. Avon Joya. This guy I've seen. He's like a character actor. Neil McDonough. He'll play William Birkin, who I believe is the doctor from Resident Evil 2, who gets fucked up with the G virus. The one that turns him into that weird creature with all the eyes all over him. Oh, and now these are old ones. These are ones from the movies.
They all look familiar, actually.
Yeah, I don't recognize them specifically from anything except for the one guy from Umbrella Academy, which I still haven't watched season 2 on. We already talked about Avengers shit being delayed. The DLC and next-gen versions are delayed to next year.
Ant-Man and the Wasp? Oh, she was Ghost.
Oh, okay, that's why she's super familiar. Sweet. I'm into that.
Yeah, that's cool as fuck.
Alright. Do I have anything fun from this? No, nothing specifically. I pulled an article from Push Square where fans are having fun with the PS5 Control Center mock-ups. So the PS5 has those like cards which shows your progress in the game and like trophies and stuff like that. So people have been fan making ones. Like this is one for Bloodborne. It's like Orphan of Kos, which is a fucking shitty ass tough boss battle. Which I mean that's what these games are known for, but man, the Orphan sucks. This is just one somebody made for Red Dead Redemption. And then this is GTA 1. I think there were ones that were goofy that I thought were on this article, but it doesn't look like they are. Either way, just some cool fan work.
It's cool. I'm stoked. I love tracking like my trophies and my progress. So
yeah, so I'm excited.
I'm
that's
really
finally
excited.
Gonna be there. Especially because like Xbox has had the achievement tracking like that for so long, since like 360. If there's a trophy that's like get 50 headshots, it'll have progress like 35 out of 50, and trophies have never had that.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're finally getting it like 2 generations later is good.
Well, and I feel like it's gonna be easier because right now, like even like when I'm playing a game, like if I pop in a new game and I get my first trophy, I just like hit the button, PlayStation button.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there scrolling through, and I feel like it'll be easier to access all that information
It's
now.
usually
I don't have to leave
how
the game.
attainable is this platinum trophy is what I'm looking for. Am I gonna try for it? Because I don't try for platinum trophies if they're shitty ones.
How long do I have to scroll through the list of trophies?
Yeah.
And what do I have to do?
Are there going to be multiplayer trophies in a game I don't want to play the multiplayer in?
Yeah,
'Cause then I'm probably not
no.
getting it.
And, yeah,
Games have strayed away from that unless it's like a multiplayer only game, obviously. A lot of people from CW DC shows. Okay, so that's why probably they look all vaguely familiar. I've never watched a lot of those shows, but I know of them, obviously. That's what Ryan said in the chat. Well, we're done with news unless you brought any news to the table, Ryan.
No, not really news. I mean, I was going to talk about Apex, just because it is kind of new and there's a lot of new stuff going on and a lot of complaints already.
Yeah, well, we'll just transition to what have you been playing lately? How has that been going?
Let me think. I have to really think about that. I don't know what I've been playing. Apex. I have been playing a ton of Apex for the past couple months now.
Yeah,
but
you've been
now
hard on it.
I got super stoked. I think, like a month ago, I was like level 38, and now I'm 92.
Holy shit. Jesus.
I just played a little bit.
God damn.
Here and there. So, Season 7 dropped, and it's dope. Like, the new...
I didn't even know there was a new map. I knew the season was coming and a new champion, obviously. But I didn't know there was a brand
the new map is really cool. It's called Olympus. It's really colorful. Like,
oh god.
My really edge was like
you froze for a second.
brown. Oh,
You're good. You're back.
Was like brown and weird and earthy, but like this is like there's an area called hydroponics and there's an area called the estates, and like it's just really cool.
Yeah, I want to try it. I'll hop on today at some point. I got to do laundry
Yeah.
and shit, so it'll probably be after that.
I should probably throw my laundry in too, but I recommend trying it out. Anybody who has even enjoyed Apex in the past, just because it is that much different. And there's vehicles now. You can ride Tridents.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's vehicles.
You can, your whole squad of 3 can fit on it.
Didn't you say Rampart can use her ult and put the gun on it?
Yeah, propping up her minigun on the back. Other people, I read something. People are putting the minigun on Crypto's drone.
What?
Also,
can you actually do that?
Fucking, it's a glitch apparently, but I've been able to do it, which is sick.
That's awesome.
So it's kind of nice. And then people are complaining quite a bit already about you got the battle rank.
For the battle pass?
Battle pass levels, yeah.
Yeah.
They changed it up, which I like personally. So now you get the daily achievements and the weekly achievements,
the daily
and
challenges and all that.
You know, like the achievements go in descending order. With you get 1 star for the first one, 1 star for the second one, 2 stars if you complete. You know, and so on, up to 3 stars for one thing that you finish. But they're saying it takes too long and this, that, and thing, and I think it's fine. I'm Battle Pass level 4. Season 7 just dropped on Wednesday night.
Yeah, it was not that long.
I feel like that's pretty solid progression.
It's still 100 ranks, I assume, right?
I think so.
Have you been buying the battle passes?
No, I don't pay for shit in Apex.
Okay.
Like, as much as I love it, like I haven't really invested too much money in it. If I do it for
if you got to like
whatchamacallums,
if you like finished the battle pass and like got to 100, would you then buy it? Then it's worth it to buy it, I think, because you get all those unlocks and then you get all that in-game currency back. I've never gotten that high. I think the highest I've gotten was like 45.
Yeah, the closer I get, but usually it's just for the cosmetic stuff that I want.
Yeah.
I'm willing to support and fund the game because I do enjoy it.
Like, I've spent money on the game before.
Yeah. And the new legend is Horizon, and she fucks around with gravity, which is pretty badass. But for as cool as she is, I haven't seen a lot of people use her ult.
I was wondering if she was cool. I have enough currency to get one hero, and I was kind of waiting to see how she was.
So she has a gravity thing that she throws, and it launches you into the sky.
Okay.
Not where you like fly down or anything, but high enough to jump
kinda
somewhere
like the
higher.
Jump pad with what's his face?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's more straight up. So it's kind of like there's a lot more things to climb and get up to, so it helps in the map.
Okay, that's
but
nice.
Then her ult is like a black hole, so she launches it and it sucks enemies in. So like you can't, like when you try to run away, you're real fucking slow. Like you can get away from it, but it takes a minute, which sucks.
Yeah.
But obviously the closer you are to the center.
Because you could ambush a team and drop that and have everyone like fuck them up.
Fuck yeah! I mean, you could,
especially at the end.
You could do a lot
if
you part.
If it's like with 2 squads versus each other, small circle, and you use that, that would be helpful.
I want to pair it with Bangalore's artillery strike, so then you can kind of like.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea too.
Eat the artillery strike, throw the black hole.
Maybe I'll buy this. Maybe I'll buy this new hero today.
But yeah, I think they're gonna tweak it. I feel like they're gonna expand the range of her black hole because I feel like it's really too small of an area it to be effective. You kind of have to like hit it.
You gotta slowly stretch out the black hole. You can't just quick expand it.
You're right. You can't just. Yeah. Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah. So obviously I'm super into Apex, and other than that, I haven't been playing much except a fuckload of Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I was like,
all the
you've
time.
been playing Pokemon DLC too, right?
Yeah, I did the Crown Tundra.
You said it was really good.
Fan.
A lot of said it was really good.
I was curious how it was going to work, and then like I got into it. I did like the whole storyline and everything, which was cool. And then the den or the lair, whatever you want to call it,
where they do the legendaries.
Every time you go in, is a different legendary, and then you can get the one girl will tell you like, oh, I know where such and such legendary is, and then you can actually go in. You have to talk to this professor before you enter, and you can
Okay.
like either go after that Pokemon or like wait till you get more and then like pick which one to go after, or just do a random one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's cool. So you don't always have to do random. You can kind of like build up an inventory of legendaries, and then you're guaranteed to go in and get them.
Okay, that's pretty
Um,
sweet. I was wondering how that worked.
Took me like 5 tries to go catch Zygarde.
Oh,
I
really?
was so fucking sick of doing it. I started doing random, and then I was like, all right, one more fucking time. This fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, and I haven't played Pokemon since it originally released. I didn't even finish the original Pokedex
Mm.
for Sword and Shield. Got close-ish. I
Mm,
mean, I played it a lot, but then I got kind of bored with
true.
collecting
I
Pokemon.
do remember helping you quite a bit with the Pokedex, just trying to.
Yeah.
But it does. The
I
first
wanted
one
to
got
get the
kind of
shiny
boring.
charm, but I didn't.
I don't have any fucking shinies.
I don't
That's Salamence, but
I don't think I do either. All I've been playing has been Hades on the Switch. So Hades came
Yes.
out a couple years ago in early access on the Epic Games Store, and it's finally finished, and Nintendo did some deal, so it's just on the Switch right now. But it's so fun. It's so cool. It's so fun to play, like the combat. It's a roguelike. If you're watching and you don't know what that is, you start with nothing basically, and you're trying to get out of hell. Like you're Hades' son, and you're trying to get out of the underworld, and then other gods will help you. So you pick a weapon, start to go up. You get these boons from these gods that change your abilities and how your weapons work. And the way that they vary with every different weapon is crazy. Like every run is completely different because there's so many different boons, and then how they combine with your weapons and like magic is different every time. And then sometimes there's duos, which make it even more crazy. And then if you die, you start back in the underworld over again. And usually I don't like games where you lose all your progress and then you start again. But on top of that, there's permanent upgrades, which you're getting currency to upgrade after you die and go back to the underworld. So you can upgrade this shit that makes it easier to get farther. But then also on top of that, there's a bunch of story and a bunch of like great voice acting with all the gods and all the people in the underworld. So it's like, oh, I died, but now I also get to go and talk and build these relationships with these different gods and stuff in the underworld, which I like just as much. So it's like, I don't hate starting over. I'm excited to go back and talk to these people and do more permanent upgrades. It's just so fun. I just want to play.
it looked fun when Chris and I stopped by and you showed us
Yeah.
some of the gameplay. Like
It's $25
I'll
on
probably
Switch. I'm hoping it comes
Yeah.
to next gen consoles as well, or like PlayStation at some point. It runs well on
Yeah.
the Switch. I've only noticed the frame rate drop a couple times in areas where there's like a ton of monsters, and then I do like a ridiculous spell, like if I have Zeus's something, so there's a ton of monsters doing shit and then a bunch of lightning's coming down, and then it stutters for like a second. But I don't even know if that's because of the Switch hardware, that the game is just like, oh shit, we didn't design it that
Yeah.
way. I don't know. I've gotten to Hades 3 times and haven't beaten him, so I'm getting close to getting out. But I know there's
Damn.
more and more that happens even after you get out. So,
That's cool.
yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, it's on my list, but
So that's all I'm
There's just so
probably
much.
playing until next gen comes out. Well, play some
Yeah.
Apex because I want to try the new map.
yeah, that's right.
So,
That's where I'll be all day,
Sweet.
chilling on Olympus.
yeah, I was like, I'll be playing Hades and watching some football. I got to do laundry, but I'll hop into Apex at some point. It is also very horny, yes. There's not like sex talk and stuff like that. Everyone's just artistically drawn attractive, like all the gods, like the male gods, female gods, all that. It's very good. It's all Greek mythology based, which is dope.
Yeah, Greek. That's kind of what hooks me. Is I love Greek mythology.
Yeah, yeah. They're just all hot, exactly.
All right, so random question on the topic of like battle royale games, Apex, Call of Duty Warzone. We didn't even talk about that. I played that. We all played it a little bit.
Yeah, you played it more
Played
than
it quite
I
a
did.
bit.
I didn't really get into it, but
quite
I
a
did
bit.
only play like 2 matches.
Yeah, once you get the feel for it and you kind of whatnot, I like it a lot. I'll definitely keep jumping into that one too.
Yeah, they probably
my
won't be
question,
till next gen. I'd be
Essentially, is so like when you play them, let's say you're playing Apex.
Mhm.
Are you the type of person to jump into the hot spots? Like that's the most popular place to land, where you're either gonna get
You're hot
wrecked,
dropping.
or you're gonna fucking have 10 kills and you're gonna be on the top.
I instinctively I don't hot drop. I do every once in a while because I think it's fun, and it's like we're going in, boys, like something like that. But usually I like to go outskirts or to an area where I know only like one squad's gonna go because I want to gear up first. If it's a new battle royale, and I do my usual outskirts hot drop or not hot dropping, and then I get into a fight and I'm like, oh fuck, and I'm not good at it, good at the shooting. Sometimes I'll hot drop to just practice the shooting consistently, so I can get better at the mechanics of the game. But once I'm good, my usual is go somewhere farther away or away from people so I can gear up and take on these fights, because it's going to be impossible to actually fight out of that because I'm not that good. I'm decent,
I hate it.
but I'm not great. But I do like it every once in a while because I think it's funny, and then all you do is just restart again, so it's not bad.
True.
You don't hot drop?
I did just to see the new map. So I did it just in the hotspots. I know what they are now because when I don't get to pick, it's like 9 times out of 10 these people are dropping in like right in the middle of fucking firefight. And
Oh yeah.
I have a couple spots already, but like in the new map, but well, all the maps that I like on the outskirts, where there's mid-tier loot usually. But I like to consider it scavenging, because then I can gear up and then just pick up the death boxes as I go into the circle, and that just seems easier. I think it carries you further.
I finally found a couple spots that I like to drop on the second map, whatever it's called.
World's Edge?
Yeah.
The
Kings
apartment
Canyon, I have good spots. World's Edge, I love Lava City the most because fucking nobody ever goes there, and there's good loot there.
I have a spot like that on Olympus where I realize now, like, literally nobody has ever gone there. It doesn't matter how little or how long I'm in the jump ship, nobody goes to this one spot, and it's just a straight run of all this shit. Like, okay.
Good to know. So you'll be on that all day, so when I hop on, I'll hit you up, because then you can teach me about the new map. All right. I really have to use the bathroom, so we should end the show. Thanks for joining us on Game Talk. It's been a while.
Yeah,
you can find us Laird Brandon on Twitch, Laird Brandon on YouTube. Ryan's going to link the site on social medias.
Yes. We'll throw some shit out there. I am Dark Siren 89 on all my social media.
I am LRD Brandon on all social media, but then Laird Brandon on Twitch and YouTube.
Truth.
Yeah.
And we will try and get more consistent with the show. It's just, like we said, our hours are...
Yeah, it's not going to be consistently on Sundays, but we'll definitely do if we both get our PS5s this week, we'll definitely do a PS5 impression show within the next week or so.
For sure.
Sweet. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Enjoy video games.
Bye.